Good morning, traders. How are you doing today? Hello, hello. Today is November 13th, 2025. It is a Thursday, and it is 9:27 market time, 7:27 my time. Market opens in just a couple of minutes, and as you can see, QQQ with some more downward pattern, right? So it's selling off a little bit more this morning, as it should. It's following along with this descending pattern right here, this yellow line, and we'll see what happens. Do we get a bounce off of 613 support, or does this begin to sell off even more? We are in sound. We did buy some yesterday, and we bought some more this morning. We now have 100 shares of SoundHound AI, looking for that bounce up to some new levels. So we'll see what happens. Does it bounce off of this moving average right here, or does it continue to sell off more? Excited to see what happens with you guys in the live stream. So finding some support at about 1288. Let me go ahead and share my link to everyone so they can get in, and we will begin. Right, link is shared to our group. Now, of course, I will say it here, but if you're new to our Discord, welcome all the new members. And if you're not sure exactly what to do, check out our Learn to Earn lesson library. It is the third link in the description below, and that'll give you access to about 20 videos that explain my trading style, what moving averages are, and how you can get started with paper trading and even trading a live account. On the very last video of that course, you can see me trade live, locking in over $200, all captured in that live stream video. So definitely check it out. And if you already looked at the course, you're already paper trading, then check out our comment section. The first pinned comment is going to give you access to a WEBULL. You can sign up using my link, and you can earn 75 shares. That's free money just for signing up with the WEBULL platform if you like the way it's set up. So, all right, here we go. Markets are officially open. Our link is shared, and QQQ is trying to recover here. It's finding some support at about 616, which is fantastic. So we'll see exactly what happens there. Looks like our audio is good. Everything looks good here. All right. Let the team know we are live. QQQ with another leg down. Let's see if it breaks that support. 616.56. I believe it will. Which can, obviously bring down everything else. Being patient here. All right. We are all set. We are ready. Okay, we are looking good. SQQQ is pushing up from those levels. We'll see what happens with SQQQ. If the market continues to sell off, then SQQQ can be a nice swing trade to the upside. If you think the markets will recover, then of course you can get into TQQQ. It's about a sixth of the price. So instead of spending $600 on one share and it going up 1%, you can actually buy it for $100 a share. It would push up 3%. This is a triple leverage ETF. So when the market pushes up 1%, this would push up 3%. If it goes down 1%, then obviously this would go down 3%. Okay, I want you guys to be aware of that. Also, let's see for our economic calendar. Obviously, all of our Discord members should have access to this down in the weekly economics calendar section. Thursday, we have Walt Disney reporting earnings before open. And after close, we have Red Cat and Applied Materials. That's kind of all that's happening this week. Nothing too crazy. Not really anything else that I'm looking at. Okay. SQQQ trying to hold above that 16,616. So we're going to go ahead and put a intraday support level right around here just to see if it does actually hold this area or if it's going to pull down, have another leg down. Yep, here it goes. Looks like it's selling off. Let's take a look at our sound. Sound is selling off to 1270. Big red candle. We'll see if it holds at around 1250. A lot of selling pressure today. Let's take a look at open. Oh yeah, open is down 3.5% today. Now this pushed up very nicely. We traded it a couple of days ago from 6, but it's pushed up from 669 all the way to 950 in a matter of 3 days. That was a 41% increase in their stock price. Now finding some resistance at 948, down to $9, down about 4, and at one point it was down 5% this morning on open. So very interesting to see. Sound hitting that 1250 alert. We'll see, does it bounce here or does it continue to sell off? Now we are looking at a beautiful trade here. If it can set up accordingly, I'd love to see this push sound down 5%. So we are looking for that potential push back up. Has a nice descending pattern from highs of $22 at one point, now down to $12.50 and bouncing. So it did bounce off of $12.50, $12.53 to be exact. That would have been a nice area to actually buy. I know my average share price is a little bit higher than that currently. So we're going to see how this reacts. Average share price $12.99. So we're right here, right where it opened. QQQ selling off, a huge leg down from that 616 support during pre-market, pulling all the way back. Now down 1%, which means SQQQ is up 13%. Beautiful. Up 2.5% already. Look at that beautiful move for SQQQ. Betting against the market. We'll see if the markets do recover. It is possible. Catching some support right around this level here. Got our coffee today. We got a caramel macchiato for our creamer this morning. I hate when it does that. You switch in between certain things. It'll like glitch on you. SoFi down 5%. Everything is down substantially. Open selling off this morning. Lunar not really doing much actually. Low volume on LUNR. Ford also selling off from 1350. Sound obviously down. That's what we're watching. SoFi down. Look at this, from 32.73 yesterday down to $30. Century Aluminum, not a lot of volume on this one. Chipotle beginning to show some signs of upward momentum here. Lows of $29 and $30, now above that moving average. Potentially can begin to retrace back up to those highs of $40. So that could be a very nice long position trade. Buying at around 30, 31. Having a stop around $31 where that moving average is. Buying at this point because we're a little late to the party. And man, I mean, even to $33, that's a nice 7%. But if it pushes all the way back up to $40, we're looking at 30% profit. $40 to $41. It's a 40% profit, so not too bad. Intel selling off, going back to retest previous lows. PayPal trade plan. We did trade this recently, and we bought in around 65, sold around 67. But it wasn't a very big trade plan. It was literally a 1-for-3 risk to reward. So we made about 3% on it, risking about 1, and it seems to be struggling to even get above that moving average. So Hood, same thing with Hood. We did manage to trade this at 125 to about 132, I believe, right around this level, and it shot up even more. So that was a nice little trade plan, risking about 2% to make, what's that, 10%, and I locked in about 6% on that trade. Actually, it was 10% because it was a swing trade. NVIDIA selling off this morning. AMD selling off, trying to hold above that moving average, right around 250. Amazon selling off this morning. Apple pushing up. So everything's selling off and Apple is pushing up. Google down 2.5%. Tesla down 2% as well. How low can Tesla go is the real question. Looks like it's, at somewhat of a support level here as far as, previous support levels, right around 417-ish. So we'll see if it holds around that level. And Meta, after a significant sell-off from highs of 795 all the way down to 750, pushed all the way down to $600. So this would be an area to potentially buy for a nice long-term swing trade. As you can see, it's starting up the 3 stages of reversal. You got that strong rejection period. You have a consolidation period. And now we are just looking for that confirmation period to begin loading up to get back to those levels. QQQ selling off. Look at this. All the way down to 614. We actually called this out this morning. government reopens and the market sells off. The government closes and it pushes up. Trump stopped the inflation report, so apparently we're not going to be getting that. Inflation report and job report that was supposed to be released today will not be released today. So that is not good. That does not encourage rate cuts. That just encourages the Fed to pause everything because there's not a lot of data to go off of. SQQ pushing up. It's up 3.5%, which is very nice. Sound trying to hold above 1250, as you can see here, pumped up to 1283, coming back down. So we're going to see, do we get another leg down? Am I going to get stopped out at 1250? Now we do have a 1250 stop, but it bounced right at 1253, so that's very lucky of me there. And looking at that daily chart, moving average is at 1227, so it's a little lower than my stop for that nice bounce. It is possible for it to bounce at that level, but it could also sell off even more, especially with the conditions of the overall market right now. Any news on this today? Not really. Here we go. Markets are going to take another leg down. Look at this red candle. Huge red candle today. Look at that. From 1376 to 14, 3% profit, 40 cents per share. Betting against the market that it would sell off. And it is. It's selling off. Even TQQQ down to 107. But remember, the markets can recover very easily. Just as fast as they sell off, they can begin to pump up. Let's see what happens. Sound holding above 1259, 1260. Looks like on the order book level 2, you can tell there is a lot more buyers than there are sellers currently, so that's great. A lot of selling pressure this morning as far as volume goes, and a lot of selling yesterday in the close, as you can see right there. So let's see what happens. If this begins to push up, that's great. You can always add some more to our position. I do have 100 shares already, so when this pushes up even $1 for each 100 shares of that, or even 1 penny, it goes up $1. So this goes from 1275 to 1274, you lose $1. It goes up to 76, you gain $1. And so we're looking a little bit of a swing trade on this to actually push up much higher than where we think it's going to sell off. So you know, this can potentially push up $5 even, from 13 back up to 18, back up to $19, potentially. Okay, I want you to be aware of that. QQQ trying to hold. Let's go ahead and look at Disney, because they did report earnings this morning. Disney boosts dividends by 50%, double down on buybacks. Walt Disney Company reports Disney theme park cruise continues to drive profits. Let's see, did they beat their expected earnings? Let's see if I could find some information on Disney as far as their earnings, if they beat earnings or not. Let's see here. Disney. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's not that important for Disney if they did report earnings or not. Let's see. Disney earnings report. Here we go. Disney snapshot. That doesn't help me at all. That doesn't help me at all, guys. Disney's selling off a little bit. QQQ trying to hold above that 612. Let's see here. Is it this one? Q4. 37 minutes ago. They missed their revenue by 0.3 billion. They beat their EPS by 9 cents. Doesn't really help me with anything. Let's see, Yahoo Finance. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of news on that. I think somebody would have already posted it. Is it this one? November 14th? Oh, that was a year ago. Wow, they're slacking today on their reported earnings. Come on, Yahoo Finance. What are you guys thinking? I guess it's not that important. QQQ holding means our sound should be potentially about to push. We'll see what happens. If we can get back above this moving average here, that'd be great. All right, well, we are just about to hit that 30-minute mark. So that is where we're going to end the live stream. We got a lot going on today. Already got our workout in. Subscribe to the channel, the actual YouTube channel, if you want to watch some more helpful videos, stock recaps, and a little bit of inside look at the day in my life. We're doing a lot more vlogs lately, so you can definitely check those out. We're going to see what happens real quick, see if this does recover or does it sell off. That is going to be a big indicator if we're going to get more upward momentum, if it could break this EMA, or if we're going to begin to sell off even more. So excited to see what happens real quick with you guys. I'll stay on with you for about another, what is that, 5 minutes or so, because we are almost to that 30-minute mark. Oh, looks like it may be having another leg down. The descending pattern. See, yesterday I thought it would hold very nicely and we'd get a nice bump up. Then it began to sell off. Kind of flatlined around 13. Hoping to get that bounce again and continuing to sell off. So we'll see what happens. QQQ. Very nice pushing up. Which means TQQQ pushing up from 107 to 108. Already $1 per share of recovery. Overall NASDAQ from 612.84. It's already recovered $2.50, about a half of a point. We were down about it's at 30, about $30 right now on 100 shares. That's not too bad.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, honey.
Love you.
Love you. Have a good day.
You too.
Second daughter is headed off to school. My youngest has to leave at like 7:15 to be at school by 7:20, 7:30. My oldest leaves now at about 5 till 8 to be at school by about, I think it's 8:10 or 8:15. But yeah, it's early for the girls. And it's right in the middle of my live stream, so some days I'll take my daughter, and some days, most days, my wife will take my daughter to school. So down about 40 right now on this position. I know sound can recover, but struggling right now. Not a lot of sellers at this level though either, so there is a lot more buyers on this level than sellers. We'll see if we get some support around 12, what is that, 1255 it looks like. So we'll see here if that's going to help. 1250 support is where it kind of was previously a few days ago. And it's even been as low as 1187, even down to $9, $8, $5.90. So hopefully it doesn't get that low. But as you can see here, the momentum was great for sound back in September, pushing from $12 all the way up to 22, and now since then it has been in a descending pattern, crossing over that moving average, which was a nice support, to now struggling to get above that 45 EMA, which is the blue line. It's also below the VWAP, the orange line. So we are seeing some more selling pressure on sound. So it doesn't look like there's much news or anything going on. SoundHound has been a little quiet the last month or so. So we'll see if we get a bounce or if this continues to sell off. There's nothing saying that this has to bounce at the support level. This can just continue to sell off. Again, 1227 could be another area of some support. 1227. So we'll see what happens. QQQ pushing still. SQQQ selling off slightly. Open also trying to hold. We definitely want to make sure that we do our part by making sure we don't lose too much in profits here. We only really wanted to risk 1 or 2%. $40 is pretty significant though on a $1,000 account, or about a $1,300 trade. Let's see. Down about 2% right now. 2%, about $36. Not too bad. So yeah, that gives us what, our 30-minute mark. Let's make sure that we are cautious and we make sure we cut our risk when needed. Making sure we don't go too heavy. Of course, the markets are getting worse, it seems like, with everything going on with the Fed and pausing reports. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But remember, let's all end the year on a green note, and we'll see you all in tomorrow's live day trading session. It'll be a Friday, so we'll see how much more QQQ can either give back and go red or potentially recover. So excited to be there with you all again tomorrow morning. Appreciate your time. Like always, remember to end the year on a green note. Smash that like button for me and consider subscribing. If you're a Discord member and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, definitely do so. Thank you guys and have a great day.